Welcome, people. This is going to be episode 39. Nell's in the background getting himself together. I got a special guest coming soon. This is going to be a good episode. I got a great story with my sneaker of the week. This might be one of those ones, man. This might be one of those ones. Let me see if I can get the intro in so we can get started, people. What's up? Make sure everybody like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. All right, people. What's up? How's everybody doing? Nell, the weather's killing you, huh?
Weather's killing me.
the weather is killing me. The weather is killing me. I think I pinched a nerve in my arm. I can't really move it barely. It be going in and out on me. I think that's what they call getting old. I think this is what they call.
Listen to your 50s. I
Yeah,
know when you cross 40s.
The nonsense is starting already, man. The nonsense is starting already, man. Make sure everybody follows the Instagram page at TellerMadeKicks1. Make sure y'all say something in the comments so we can know y'all here. What's up, Tara? I see you. Make sure everybody like and share the video. No, where do you want to begin?
Let's go right to sneaker court.
Let's go to sneaker court, people. Let's go.
Go right there.
What nonsense is people on today? Let's go with a sneaker court. All right, people. Once again, if you get caught outside slipping with some crazy nonsense on, we will catch you and we will post you up. Nell has a spicy one. I got a spicy one. I'm gonna go first, Nell, but I just want you to tell me, what are these? see if you can get a little closer. You might need to get a little closer, but just tell me, what are these, man?
What they supposed to be, knockoff fives?
That's what I'm saying. They Jordan 5/7s slash Jordan 11s with the 5 net on the side. Like they got patent leather all around, but they got the net like the 5s.
They crazy right there. That's a no, people. That's a no. If you can't get the Jordans, just don't get them.
Facts.
Don't get them.
What are those, people? Let me know in the comments if y'all seeing something crazy like this. What are those? What is happening right now? All right, let me see if I can find those real quick. Sneaker court, people, what's up? Don't get caught looking crazy.
This is crazy right here.
Don't get caught looking crazy. What happened here, Big Nell? What happened?
I was taken aback. I said, what the is going on here? Like, he came outside with his socks on? Like, people, please invest in a shoe that is going to support your foot.
Yes, that's going to support your feet.
Even if it's soft when you put it in, if it's inexpensive, you're doing your feet a disservice. Like, look at that. Ain't no soul.
Them Jones is beyond leaning over. I know. Look, imagine how they look like when they take them off. Like, imagine how they look when they take them off.
Crazy. They probably flipped up in the front.
Right.
Yeah, y'all got to treat y'all feet a little better than that. Y'all ain't got to be a sneakerhead.
Right.
I hear all the time, oh, I ain't a sneakerhead. I ain't. Invest in some comfortable shoes that are going to support your weight, going to support your body frame, and going to support shoes. Stop wearing stuff like that.
Facts. And not only is the shoes crazy, look at the hair, though, now. Look at the hair. Man.
The whole, just throw the whole man.
The whole everything.
Just throw that away, bro. Start over again.
Right. It's the whole everything, man. People. Make sure you get some shoes to support. What shoes would you even advise for? What cheap shoes would you even advise for this right here? What could you advise for this right here now?
I would advise like a Hirachi. If you want to be soft and you want to be able to slip in and out of Hirachi,
Right.
I don't. I'm having a hard time.
In the comments, what y'all think is going on in sneaker court today? I mean,
Having a hard time.
what's happening? Say something in the chat box so we can know y'all here. Like and share the video. I don't know what's happening outside. People are just doing anything, and I can't wait until summertime sneaker court. Though summertime sneaker court is going to be something different.
Something different out here.
I can't wait.
Something different.
But as we're waiting, what's up, Shalimar? As we're waiting on our guests, I want to get into my sneaker of the week now. And before I get into my sneaker of the week, this shoe touches my soul.
I seen you was protecting and you put the seatbelt on.
They'll see me. I had the sneaker box strapped in my car and the seatbelt and everything. This shoe means something so special to me. It touches my soul. But I'm gonna show y'all, where it all began. So I'm gonna play a couple clips for y'all, show y'all where it all began. So now you might know this. Here it is.
Still, and I know what it is.
Great country. If I want to give interviews, I'll give interviews. You know what your problem is? You're too much. Hey, I give good quotes, and you can print that on the front page. Anthony Hardaway, best player in basketball, guarantees championship. Guaranteed.
You can't say stuff like that.
Let me just say,
All right.
I'm an integral part of the Magic organization. Now, Ben is the team leader, but I'm a choreographer for the Magic Dance. Get you a job if you want. Hey, whoa, Penny, stop the car. That was Tyra Banks, bro.
So if y'all don't know, that comes from Penny Hardaway and Little Penny. Little Penny was the voice of Chris Rock. So this is the evolution of sneaker culture right here. This is where the game changed.
Yeah.
And Jordans is always going to be the number one shoe of all time, but my personal favorite is Penny Hardaway's. This is what happened now. I had the UNC Sixes in the cart.
Okay.
And then I went on StockX and I seen these pennies and I was like, I can grab those UNC Sixes another time.
Mm-hmm.
This shoe is so hard to find at this point that it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna show y'all a little close up of the shoe real quick.
All baseline crossover. Nick Anderson hustling on the baseline, saved from Hardaway. He'll fire it up with one on the shot clock and hit him there. Oh, man. Yeah, look, are you serious? Goodness gracious. That was a Magic Johnson play there. I mean, are you kidding me?
To 5. Bulls have hit 5 of 7 from the field. Hardaway. Turner and Rollins on Hardaway for 3.
Occasional shot, but just poses no threat inside.
All right, people. These are penny ones. No, this is my first sneaker actually from StockX.
Is it?
I'm normally a GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Normally a strictly flight club. This is my first sneaker from StockX.
I actually enjoy StockX. I think they a little faster than Flight Club.
Yeah, they are a little faster.
Cheaper than GOAT.
All right.
So StockX gets an round of applause from us. We definitely approve of it. Right. And anybody that ever been on the fence, get off of it.
These are
Penny
ones. Penny's first official shoe. This is a university red color. They got the pinstripes in the middle. They're actually Air Maxes, so it's comfortable like an Air Max, and it has the bounce of an Air Max, but it's built like a basketball shoe. So these are penny ones. This is the university red colorway. Now, I have the Chicago Olympic colorway.
Stupid.
But I'll tell you the story I have with this shoe. So when I was 15 years old, I had the all black ones that you seen in the commercial. 15 years old. I was over my girl's house at the time. We sitting on the couch. This is normally get it popping time. This girl looked at my shoes, right? And she was like, I love your shoes and everything, but I don't really like, this one. Like, this is the one. She was like, I'm not really feeling those. So at this point, what do you think I did?
You got up and left.
I got up and I left because how dare you disrespect my man and disrespect my shoes? It's out of control. I will get up and leave, sis. We are not doing that. We are not doing that.
At least you ain't had to go far. If I remember, if I recall who you was dating.
Facts. You right. You right. I have to go far. You right. I have to go far. So no, what are your thoughts on these penny ones?
I love the penny ones.
And penny, as a shoe in general.
I love the penny ones. If there's ever going to be another shoe that's endorsed by an athlete,
right,
that I would go crazy for and spend money on is pennies.
Okay.
For one, is a dope shoe, but then two, it has some sentimental value, especially to me because outside of you, there's only two people who really was big penny fans. That was you,
right,
and Smoke.
Right.
And if anybody knows who Smoke is, that's Lou. Right. Lou loved penny. He every time they came out, he was getting a pair. Him and Tate, they're the only two who was rocking hard for penny. So whenever I see them, I kind of just get them anyway. One, because I love them, but then two, to honor my man, because if he was still living, he would have definitely went and got him.
Right. So now our special guest has just pulled up.
All right.
So let's get into some shenanigans.
All right.
Let's get into some shenanigans. What's going on, good brother?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
What's going on, my man?
So this is Jay. He was introduced to me from our co-host on Uncensored Minds from IE. So Jay, can you tell the people what do you do now when it comes to sneakers?
What do I do now in terms of what?
When it comes to sneakers. So you have a sneaker store, or you work in a sneaker store. What is that whole thing that you got?
So basically, I'm the manager of Los Angeles Ambler. So I'm basically down with a team of guys, Los Angeles. We have one location in Bryn Mawr, started that about a year ago. So we celebrated our 1-year anniversary in December for the Bryn Mawr location. And then about maybe a month ago, the 25th of February, we opened the Ambler location, which is my location. I'm the manager. I run that. So basically that's what I do now in terms of just running the sneaker store and just kind of being at the forefront of reselling in Philly.
All right. So before we get into your faves and all that, were you a Penny Hardaway fan? What do you think about Penny Hardaway sneakers?
So I'm definitely a certified OG in the sneaker thing, man. I've been doing it for a minute, over 20 years. So yeah, I was around when the first pennies came out. I was around when that came out on the sneaker ad. Right. He had the phone number and you called the phone number for the John. So that colorway isn't one of my favorites, but the OG pennies, that OG Orlando Magic colorway is crazy. And I think Social Status coming out with a new couple of pair this month.
Yeah.
They bringing the pennies back out.
Yeah, they supposed to be dropping soon.
Yeah.
27th, right?
Yeah. Let's get into your top 5 favorite sneakers of all time.
Of all time. Of course, you got to put Jordans in there. I'm gonna say the Jordan 1, the Chicago Jordan 1, probably was my first Jordan ever. Even as a kid, my mom, my brothers had me in Jordan since I was a baby. So, OG Jordan 1s, the Jordan 3, black cement, that's definitely in there. Number 2, believe it or not, man, one of my favorite shoes of all time. I never was able to get this shoe. Was one of the Louis Vuitton Dons.
Right.
The red pair, the first red pair. I'm gonna throw the Yeezy 350 in there too, because I just think that like he kind of changed the game with that whole silhouette and the style and everything. Right. And then I'm gonna take it back to the old school too. My favorite shoe of all time forever, of course, Nike. I'm always pro Nike with most of my shoes. But the Hirachis, the OG Nike Hirachis, bro. I had that shoe every time they brought it back out. I got the same shoe every single time. The nostalgia behind the shoe, even the technology. We talking about technology. It was just something different. They didn't have the sock liner and all of that stuff back in the day. So to have, you know, a sock liner shoe with the crazy colors on it, the color palette, man, it was just something different.
So would you say you're a sneakerhead or a collector?
I'm a sneakerhead because right now I don't really have a collection. I tend to. So recently, what I've been doing, because like I said, I've been around so long, and then you it's only but so many retros that you could get. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of go through waves. I go through my emotions, and like even in the store, bro, I'm the oldest person at the store, so a lot of the hype shoes I don't get hype about. Like right now, I'm working on trying to finish the Jordan Fair pack. Remember that from a couple years ago? So
Right.
we got like we got in a pair of Jordan 5 Fairs, and then we got in a pair of 4s. So I'm like, well, I need to find the 3s, and I'm gonna just get me the whole set. So I've been really just kind of rocking some old stuff, literally to the point where like the shoes in my current rotation is the Nike Dunk Low CL Jordan pack.
Right.
The, black ones.
Let us see what you got. Let us see what you got over there.
But I'm just show you my rotation for right now. So these like my everyday shoe. These you can see all the rips and the stains. Like these OG, the soles yellowed over time. That's how they came. And now, of course, you know, people pay to make their soles yellow. So
Right.
this is the Nike Dunk CL Jordan pack. So they just kind of took certain features from the Jordan and put it into a Nike Dunk. Other shoe in my rotation, of course, is the Jordan 4 Lab 11 Lab 3s. So they basically made a patent leather Jordan 4. You know what I mean? So this was around the time when Jordan was doing a lot of hybrid shoes or whatever like that. I've always been a fan of the 4, and then it's just kind of a clean silhouette. So I've been running with this one.
Right.
And then, of course, I bought up Yeezy before. I was crazy into Yeezy like a couple years ago. It kind of died down, but Yeezy Slide, man, probably one of the most comfortable things I put on my feet ever in my life. You know, I used to be an athlete back in the day, so I got like, you know, bad knees and all that. So these joints is just super soft, super cushion, and if you pair it with the Yeezy socks, you're just in for a whole comfort ride right there.
All right. So who put you on to sneakers though? How did that become a thing?
I was blessed to grow up with. I'm number 7 to 7, so I'm like blessed to be the baby. I got 2 older brothers who kind of just made it in the world. Like they were doing good in their jobs, working, being successful. My oldest brother, Rennie Harris, got a company called Pure Movement. So he was like doing like break dancing and street dancing and all that stuff. So they always bought me sneakers. So between those two, my 2 oldest brothers buying me sneakers, and I had 2 brothers in the streets, 2 brothers in the dope game. So they like, of course, I'm getting they sneakers, and then my feet is growing. So once I got my teenage years, I'm fitting a size. So I'm getting like some crispy, clean, hand-me-down Jordan 5 greats and, all type of any sneaker the Hustles was wearing. So I always had a fly sneaker game, even as a kid. And then, of course, I played ball. So ball shoes was popular at a certain time. So I always had the fly ball sneaks and all that.
All right, no, you got to hit him with the number one question, man. No, you got to hit him with the question, man.
Are you a fan of Crocs?
So I am not a fan of Crocs. I've never.
You're
in a Hall of Fame, brother.
Nah, I'm not a fan. I mean, I do admire what Salehi did with the Croc. But I'm just still not a fan of the Croc. I don't think as much whether he collab with Salehi or they collab with Balenciaga. I'm not sure I'm gonna be jumping on the Croc wave at any point in my life.
Facts, we can't do it. And as you're in the store, what is the number one shoe that the kids are trying to grab right now, like the younger generation?
Nike Dunks, man. Nike Dunks. Everybody want a pair of Dunks or a pair of Yeezys. Okay. At this point, everybody just want to say that they have a pair of Yeezys or a pair of Dunks. What's up, I don't understand the hype behind it. I mean, Dunk's been around for a long time. Right. I do think it's interesting that they bringing a lot of the old school Dunks back out. You know what I mean? Like, so I have some of the Dunks that they re-releasing. I have the OG versions of them. You know what I mean?
I think it's the colorways.
I mean, things with fashion, bro. Fashion kind of recycles itself. So it's always going to be a million retros. I just think that you got to separate the hype beast from actual sneaker people. And I mean, we could call ourselves sneakerhead or collectors or whatever, but the sneaker people, like, the stories, the nostalgia, bro, I'm not going to name the store because they basically my store's competition. And my store is called Los Angeles, by the way. But I went to this other store just to go in there, just to kind of see what, other people was doing, like what they had in there. They opened a new store in one of the local malls. So I went in there, and the kid that was showing me around, he was a cool kid, but he didn't know nothing.
Right.
And like we're like looking at shoes and talking about shoes. So I'm like, I showed them, I think it was like a Jordan 1.5, the Jordan 1.5. And I'm like, you know the story behind this? He's like, no. You know what I mean? There was like it was like a pair of Jordan 3 flips, the Jordan 3 flip where the elephant print is in the middle of the shoe instead of on. So you know what I mean, on the toe box. So I'm like, do you know the story behind these? And he like, no. And I just laughed because I'm like, bro, like any of the people that work with me or work for me, like I'm gonna school you. I'm gonna give you the game because I feel like when you come into those spaces, you need to know that you're really dealing with people that have a knowledge base. You understand what I mean? You can't just, I'm not selling you a $500 shoe just to be selling you a $500 shoe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I could give you the history and I could, have you understand why the shoe is, why the shoe is the price of what it is. You know what I mean? And then that's the thing, is just hard with reselling right now. You have a lot of people who hate it. You have a lot of people who love it. We just try our best to be fair. But we do, like for certain shoes, we charge a premium. It's a little bit more than StockX and GOAT, but you getting the shoe right now. You don't got to worry about FedEx stealing it or StockX sending you a fake when you done paid for the real. I used to work for GOAT as an authenticator, so you get, authentication from a high level. You get that same level of authentication. So, it's just, I don't know, man. The game is fluctuating and changing so much, and because I've been in it so long, I'm just really trying to ride the wave, stay with it, and then just really see what the difference is. I don't want to be this angry old man like back in my day. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to school the youngest, and you got to also just kind of take in, what they doing and what waves they on. You know what I mean?
No, you got questions, or I can.
Yeah, I got a question. So, with the current wave in sneakers, right? We see a lot of Yeezys. Where do you see the state of sneakers going?
I think that, so one thing is, I think that because we already got to this level, I mean, like I said, bro, I'm 40. I've been doing this for 20 years. I was selling on eBay back in the day. It was a time in Philly where the sneaker stores we had the mom and pop sneaker stores, the Chinese stores down Frankfurt and Germantown and all that. We had the thrift stores in the city. You could go to a thrift store down Kensington before the zombies took it over. You could go down there and get you a pair of Jordans that was real, clean them up and sell them on eBay and make a profit. You know what I mean? So I've been doing the game from so many different angles, and now with the bots and all of that different stuff, it's a little tough. But at the same token, it's like, I'm in a situation where the dudes that I'm surrounded with and the team that I'm on, I call us the sneaker Avengers, man. Like we all have a different niche of what's going on in the game. So I'm not gonna say that we don't bot. You know what I mean? We have a kid that bots, but that's not the only way we get shoes. We still even just get shoes off the strength of good relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or just the fact that we know that we have connections with certain folks in certain stores. So, it's just a smorgasbord of all of the different aspects of sneaker reselling and what you could do in the game. So, like I said, even though I have a lot of knowledge, I try to, continue to be a student, and I see it continuing to go far. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I said, we started with one store last year, and now we up to 2 stores in less than 2 years. And there's not a lot of stores in the city that's really doing that. And I really wouldn't even align myself with a group of people that's really not on the right page or the right forefront of just kind of changing the game a little bit. Like literally, I mean, no lie, you guys are sneakerheads, and to invite y'all to the store is nothing. You guys can come through anytime. And even if you're not coming to buy, just to look, bro, we got a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything from every era, you know what I'm saying? To the degree where, again, I'm in there educating people like, yo, do you know this shoe? A couple years, bro, we had this kid come in and he sold us a bunch of KD4s.
Right.
Back, like all of the prominent KD4s. You know what I mean? All of the KD8s when they were like KD was popping. And I'm telling them, I got employees that work with me that didn't even know that KD and LeBron shoes at one point in time was the market.
Right.
Bro, we got South Beach LeBron sitting on my shelf. People not buying them. The Big Bang sitting on the shelf. People not buying them. The Watch the Throne LeBrons is online right now for under retail. Like that to me is a travesty, bro.
Right. That's good.
Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So I just be trying to school them to all the stuff like, yo, you don't understand. Like this still heat right here.
Right.
And I don't want to bash the hype beast. I'm not a hype beast. I really wear, like you see, all my shoes is like from 2010 and stuff like that. Like I'm not really with all of the hypes, but I just like it's so many sneakers, man. Wear what you want. Wear what you feel comfortable with. Don't feel the pressure to have to come and spend all of this money on a shoe that's hyped up if you're really not behind it.
Right.
And be spending $400 or $500 or even more on a shoe just because everybody's wearing it. You know what I mean? Like wear it because you like it. Wear it because it's something that's dope. And you know, and that's what I want to try to bring to the game. And like I said, I try to educate the staff and my customers. You know what I mean? On yeah, I understand that everybody is hype about it now because you've seen it on TV, or you might have had a cousin or somebody that bought a pair of Yeezys, then he flipped them for a bunch of money, and now everybody think they can resell.
Right.
Nah, it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? Like I said,
So,
getting your inventory, having relationships with people, having an avenue to be able to sell your product at an affordable price. When I was doing reselling on my own, I could charge a certain price because it was just me. I could charge a certain price because now I have a store behind me to let you know is 100% authentic. You're going to feel more comfortable coming and spending money with me at my store than meeting me in the parking lot somewhere wondering if, you know, your shit real or fake. You know what I mean? So.
right. What you got now?
Go ahead. So you got it.
All right. So if you was ranking sneakers since you played ball, what would you go from like high, mids, lows? What's your favorites from like highs, mids, and lows? Rank those three: highs, mids, and lows. What's your favorites?
So I never balled in mid and lows. Anytime I wore a low, that was like for me, a low is more like a summer shoe. You know what I mean? In the summertime, I wear more lows, low top shoes. But basketball wise, I always wore a high just to try to keep protection on my ankle. And back in the day, though, you had actual high top basketball shoes.
Right.
Most of the shoes now aren't really considered a high top. They're mid at best.
Right.
And they give you more lateral support than ankle support.
Right.
So, you know, it's kind of tough. For a long time, though, I used to tell people, because I still tried to run and play ball, you know, after my years of playing ball was done. But up until like the probably the Jordan 30, and I haven't had any Jordans past 30. But Jordan was like one of the best basketball shoes recently.
Right.
I mean, it was a time where Carmelo Anthony's shoe was terrible design-wise, but the comfort and the traction and the durability of the shoe was amazing. They start doing the Jordan flight plate and all of this different stuff, and the technology was amazing. I mean, do you remember what was it, 2009, where they had the one Jordan you could take the whole inside out, take the insole and the strap and all that? Right. So, you know, like, I mean, it's crazy because, you know, as kids, we played in Jordans.
Right.
You know, as an adult, man, you can't catch me in a pair of Jordans. Man, listen, I know why when Jordan went to the guard and then scored the 55, his feet was bleeding. Them Jordan ones is a bitch, man, on your feet.
That's what I said. Those Jordan ones is uncomfortable to me. I always say that. Those
Jordan one is definitely for the love of the game because as an older dude, man, my feet be killing me after I take my ones off. And it's crazy. For the grand opening, we had at one point Jordan was doing the SB Jordan ones. Right. So I had a pair of the SB Jordan 1 Lance Mountain Jones, the black ones, and as you keep scraping them, they show another color underneath the paint. I wore those for the grand opening, bro. My feet was hurting for 2 days after.
That's crazy. Look, as you say that, that's a big conversation on this show about comfort.
Yeah.
So what do you think is your what would be your most comfortable sneaker that you ever had? Like, what's your most comfortable sneaker
ever?
Yeah. Because we tend to go towards what, Huaraches now?
Yeah, that's
Huaraches or Air Max.
I feel like that was going to be the easy answer. That was going to be the easy answer. So I didn't really want to say it.
No, we lead more that way.
But so realistically, over the years, the shoe that I've always bought that was very, very comfortable was the Huarache. Yeah. Recently, can't lie, the 350, Yeezy 350 was my go-to for a minute because it was just comfortable. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to tie them up. I could just kind of pull them on, take them off, wear them with socks, without socks, whatever the situation was. It was a good go-to shoe comfort-wise for me. And I'm just saying that being a sneakerhead in your 40s, you know what I mean? You can't always go for the look. There's a lot of shoes I'll pass up. I mean, I pass up a lot of Jordan 1 highs just because they hurt. The high hurts my ankle now. Okay. So I'll rather try to grab a Jordan 1 low, which of course is not a plethora of Jordan 1 lows. Right. I did get the fragment Jordan 1 lows, the Travis Scott Jones. But other than that, it's not a super quantity of Jordan 1 lows. So I recently just kind of been searching some older Jordan 1 lows.
Right.
But like you said, with that comfort, man, you know, as you get older, you got to switch it up.
Where's the question? We speak on Jordan High, right? The one highs. We speak on the lows. Why is there so much hate for the mids?
So the sad part is it just became an era, I think, recently where the mids just kind of seemed like it was the corny shoe. It was always the poor man version of a better Jordan. They would give you a Jordan that was hard to get. A lot of people couldn't actually grab it. And then they'll put out the same colorway in the mid. And then it was in every Foot Locker and every Finish Line. And so it just kind of became the poor man's version of the Jordan. So, if, you know, from being a sneaker guy or sneaker collector or sneaker head, it was just like, you got to separate yourself. You need something that's more the upper echelon. So Jordan 1, you know, Jordan 1 mids, you would get hated on. But it's a few Jordan 1 mids from back in the day that's heat. Like, you know, again, I was having this conversation with my staff, like, the what is it? The Love of the Game Jones, where the black and yellow ones in the Chicago colorway. Right. The first patent leather, you know, it wasn't a patent leather Jordan 1 for a long time. The only patent leather Jordan 1 you had was the Chicago patent leather 1 mid. And that joint went for a grip. It's still expensive.
Yeah. So you're telling me, and I know you can relate to this because we're from the same. So the Jordan mids is the chaps. Could have had a polo shirt, huh?
Now it is. So first I really wouldn't be caught dead in the chap shirt.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's a good analogy. That's definitely the chaps of the sneaker world.
Right. So, another thing is, like in your store, a lot of people have a hard time finding the shoes that we like in grade school sizes. So do y'all have grade school sizes? Like, do y'all have the heat in grade school sizes?
So as far as Dunks and Yeezys, which, like I said, are two of the most popular, we have every size. We get every single size, even to the infants. Okay. We have a good selection of the infants, which most people don't realize. Unless you go online on releases, the infant sizes will sell out as well.
Right.
So to have a market for infant sizes is I think we're like cornering the market. There's not many stores that'll be reselling infant shoes, but I mean, like Mama Near Jordans or like, you know, Yeezy. We got the dazzling blue Jordans and like a infant size all the way up to like a 13, 14. So, and that's, like I said, it's one of the great things about the team that I'm on. We for sure get every shoe. Okay. Whether it's a flop, whether it's heat, we get it, and we honestly get it within a few days, if not on the day that it drops. So I do get to see a lot of hits and misses with a lot of things. Right. And like I said, we just try to keep the sizes because, so you know, now the way that shoes are cut, most shoes are unisex. So even when it's a women cut, we'll have a large run of the women cut. Going back to the Mama Near when they did the Jordan 3, right. We had that from infants all the way up to like size 15 men's, just because that's a dope shoe and everybody wanted it at one point in time. So we tried to keep, you know, a full size run of those. So what separates us a lot from everybody else is just the inventory. Right. I mean, we literally have 2 stores full of stuff and we still got more stuff coming, and just having a variety of sizes and a variety of colors. Almost every color that you can think of that release, we have it. We have it in stock right in front of you.
So being somebody who's been in the game for 20 years, now having your own store, right? I don't think people understand, like I don't think our older crowd, our parents, now even grandparents understand that sneakers are now an investment. They're not just cool. They're not just the hip popular thing, just that. But they could be an investment that could yield some high returns later on.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So it's tough because I'm actually explaining myself a lot and explaining that same situation and scenario to a lot of people, different varieties of people. It's not just older people. It's people who aren't urban, who aren't on the urban scene or know about streetwear. You know, the area that we're in now, like we're in Ambler, and we're in like a little strip mall, and the strip mall that we're in is a mix of older white and Asian. So we have a lot of people, you know, that we call gawkers. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. They kind of come in and just looking in the window. What do you guys sell? What are you doing? And then I'll tell them, or, you know, they'll ask questions about a particular shoe or something, and I'll tell them the prices. And they're like, people pay that for shoes? And I'm like, man, these are the new currency. Right. You know, and even like when I get a lot of parents who I'm having conversations with because they'll come in because their kids will tell them like, hey, is this new store? Go check the stuff out. I want to buy some stuff. Then they come in and they see the prices and they're like, wait a minute, what these shoes are too expensive. And I'm like, what you have to understand now is that with these type of shoes, what's difference between me and Foot Locker is the shoes that a Foot Locker will go on sale at some point.
Right.
The shoes that we sell, they've already sold out and their price is only getting higher by the day, depending upon the shoe. You know, we have shoes in there that's $7,000, $5,000, you know what I mean? 3,200, things like that. And that's because they hold the value. I mean, we have a bunch of off-white stuff and, you know, unfortunately Virgil passed and the price has skyrocketed. Right. You know what I mean? And bro, I got this horror story, man. I ordered the off-white Jordan 1 lows. Right. I mean Jordan 2 lows, the white ones and the black ones from StockX. Right. I ordered the black ones for like 800, like 7 something. It was 800 total. And then the white ones was 800, and then the black ones was like $300-400. 2 days later, as I'm waiting for the dude to ship the stuff to StockX, Virgil passes away. The next day, I get a notification my order was canceled. Literally, once the order got canceled, I went back to StockX to see if I could order another pair, bro. They went from 800. The white ones went from 800 to 2,250, and the black ones went from 400 to like $1,500.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, bro, and it did kind of teeter down because like right now the black ones is kind of like 600, 500, 600, depending on where you're looking, and then the white ones are still kind of in the high. I mean, they were up to 2,000 at one point. Now they're like 1,100, 1,400. Which I still think is kind of high, but with him passing in that colorway, that Chicago colorway, you know, you can't really, it ain't much, the market is going to make those go high. Yeah. But it's just tough because even with certain shoes, man, I think should be a great shoe. If the right celebrity not rocking it or promoting it or, you know, name dropping it, it's nothing you could do. And even with the older shoes that I wear, if Travis decides to wear if he decides to wear them CL Jordans I just showed y'all, man, the price of those going to go through the roof tomorrow. They'd be $5,000 by the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So as you saying that, what would be the one retro shoe that you would love to get your hands on?
The one, which one? Say that again.
The one retro shoe like from our era that you would love to get your hands on.
I'm still gonna say the OG South Beach LeBron. Okay. The nostalgia behind that shoe to me is still paramount. I don't care.
The one that just released 2 months ago.
Yeah, but here's the twist. The one that they re-released when they retroed it is different material. Not even the OG material is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So I would want the one with the nostalgia to it, the real material, the one because, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I've had my hands on a lot of shoes, a lot of high-end shoes, a lot of different shoes. I mean, it was a point in time where I was ordering stuff from Japanese websites before it was popular. So the regular Adidas or Nikes that y'all saw, I had the China version. And people just didn't know. They're like, what are they, customs? What are they, fake? And I'm like, no, I just got them from China. Or I got them from, you know, United Kingdom. And people used to think I was lying. But I was legit on these websites early on. Or I was on eBay. And you just go to, you know, eBay China, eBay United Kingdom. And you could get a pair of Adidas or Nikes that's the regular color out here. But it just happened to be across seas. So, you know, I never got my hands on that LeBron, man. I never was able to. And like I said, I really was disappointed the way that they did the rollout for the retro of it. They really didn't do it no justice. So, I mean, I think that shoe was probably still my great white whale that got away from me in terms of like an OG shoe from back in the day. But I'm going to be honest, it's really not too many shoes that I didn't have. You know, I really used to go ham on the shoes, man.
And we always ask this question to people with knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see, we know Jordan is the top sneaker.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anybody overtaking that? And if so, who?
So I want to say, yay, man. I think Yeezy is going to do it because the one thing that keeps me interested in with Yeezys is even if I don't get the newest design, I'm still always intrigued by it. And every Yeezy that come out, I always just take a look at it in person because the quality and the design that he puts into each shoe is so decent. Like you really have to take time to look at it. Even like the Wave Runner, the original Wave Runner. Just look at the palette, the different colors, the color scheme. You know, one of my favorite Yeezy 700s is the analog. It's just white. But this dude really put 5 different styles of material in the same color, and to make the shoe look like a variation of the same color. But it's the only reason the color changes is because it's different material, and it's all quality material. You know what I mean? So it's like his design. I mean, the Yeezy 450. I have a wide shoe, so a wide foot. So the 450 doesn't look good on my foot, but I still think it's a dope ass shoe. It's probably one of the most comfortable shoes. And think about it. What real competition is that for? Like a Presto, or you know how Nike used to make those type of shoes. There's no real competition for that type of shoe anymore. Where it's basically an extension of the foam runner or the Yeezy slide. You know what I mean? So comfort wise and just in terms of design and everything, I really see Ye trying to do that. I think that the 350 is his Jordan 1. I do believe that he's keeping his word by trying to make sure that everybody in the world has a Yeezy. But what he's doing in the meantime, especially when they're retro and a lot of their older Yeezys too, is dropping the price. So now Yeezys are actually the most one of the at this time one of the most affordable shoes. Honestly, I mean they just re-released the Wave Runner again, and now you could go online and get that shoe for retail.
So would you say the Yeezy 350 is the Jordan 1?
Yeah.
Right? Would you say this the Wave Runner is the Jordan 11? Because the Wave Runner got its own.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Own lane.
I'm gonna say yeah, just because of how many times they re-released the Wave Runner and how many times we've seen the Concord Jordan 11. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, bro, I like you said, we've been around the game when it was just called the Jordan 11. It wasn't no Concord. It wasn't no nicknames. It was patent leathers.
It was the patent leather joints. Remember
patent leather Jordans. Shit, I remember when Jordans became $100.
Right.
I tell people this story all the time. I remember when at the Nike outlet in Franklin Mills back in the day, they used to sell the Jordan 1 in the outlet. It was $50.
Right.
$50, and that was like what, 90 in the early 90s. And it's so funny now that it's so coveted, it's such a coveted shoe. And it was like, man, we ain't care about that shoe back in the day for a long time.
Right, right.
Will we ever see a resurgence of the Foamposite? Probably the highest sneaker of our era when we were young, right? Remember going to the store and seeing a sneaker for $220? We wanted it, but our mother said, hell no.
Right.
So listen, man, if y'all continue to follow me, y'all gonna see me wearing it. Because I think that it was an undeserved banishment of a shoe.
Right.
Like, it's probably one of the dopest shoes. And for a minute, I think they kind of oversaturated it. That's what kind of killed it off. They was giving us some BS colorways for a minute, but it's still some dope ass colorways. Even again from the era that I was really good at in maybe 2010. You know what I mean? You had the Wu-Tang colorway, you had the rose gold ones, you had the coppers. Of course, come on now, the Galaxy, the Supreme.
They going for 12. I seen them somewhere for 12,000.
I want the blue mirrors. Like I'm on a search for the blue mirrors, but it's a bag on those too. The blue mirrors.
They are, and they are, and it's crazy because I was on Grail, this website called Grail, and I was going back and forth with this guy, and he had a pair, and it was like, as I'm going back and forth with him, I just didn't like the price, so I decided to go look at the pictures of the shoe again.
Right.
Man, I'm glad I didn't agree on no price with this guy, because once I seen it on the inside of the left shoe, both shoes look pristine on the outside.
Right.
On the inside of the left shoe, that whole mirror is all scraped up on the inside of the shoe. Like, come on, man. And he was trying to get like $400 out of me. I'm like, bro. But I mean, I hope so. My answer is that I hope so, because I do think that it got an undeserving exit from the game. It's still a dope shoe. It's still a great quality shoe. And then we talk about innovation. I mean, they never did nothing comparable to the Foamposite. And if they bring them back, they need to bring the David Robinson one back. The Air Total Max Jones, the David Robinson joints was one of the better ones. And it was crazy because the Skyposits, what was it? The Flight Closet 3s.
Flight Closets, yeah.
Them joints was crazy. And it was funny because I was talking to this one kid and he was telling me, yeah, I got all this sneaker knowledge, old head, da 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 da. So I said, well, if you got sneaker knowledge, he said, yeah, what you want to ask me about Foamposites? I know you're old head, I know you know about Foamposites. I said, yeah, I got a Foamposite question. I said, what LeBron James shoe was a Foamposite? What LeBron what number LeBron? LeBron never had a Foamposite. Oh, yeah, he argued me down. LeBron never, bro, do your math, Google it. LeBron 4 was a Foamposite.
Right.
And it was a dope shoe, by the way.
Did you prefer the Foamposite Pro or the regular phone posit?
I was a regular phone posit
You were
because
a phone posit.
Eddie had me, bro. Listen, watching the Final Four. We in March Madness right now. Watching Final Four. What's the boy? Miles, Simon, and Mike Bibby and them, man, at Arizona.
Arizona.
Come on, man. That shit was crazy.
Right. All right, I got a question. So since you've been in this game so long, what's the biggest bag you dropped on a pair of sneakers?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I spent a couple dollars on some shoes. I did. It was crazy because I think I got the Travis Scott fragments was probably my most recent high purchase, and I think I got those for like $1,200-$1,300.
Not bad.
Got them after they dropped. But the crazy part was even once I got them at $1,200-$1,300, they was going for $17 at the time.
Right.
And I'm a natural size 12, and most of my Jordans I'm a 12. And back in the day, I used to wear 11 and a half. But recent Jordans, as I try them on, it seemed like the 12 fit better.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the 12, and I went back and forth with myself because I actually could have got 11 and a half for $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, damn, this extra money, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right size.
Yeah.
So I got the 12. I got the 12, bro, and they was too big. And that shoe, because the material, like that material is so supple, I should have got the 11 and a half. It would have fit my foot so much better because I started having crazy creasing. And it's like, y'all know, when you keep looking down at your foot and your shit just look wide and sloppy. And it just
off.
Right.
Pause for sure. But the crazy part, they laugh, like people was laughing at me because I sold them and they like, yo, that shoe was one of the best shoes this year. Blah, 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 blah. I said, bro, I don't care. I buy my shoes to wear them.
Right.
But I can't keep looking down at my foot and don't like what I see.
Absolutely.
I don't care what y'all see. I don't care if it's the hype or the style. It used to burn me up because I look down and they just look. It is like some fat sacks on my feet, man. I'm like, I got to get rid of these jaws, man.
What's something that? So we asked this question to all our guests. What's something that you're looking forward to this year, as far as releases? Anything that might double back? We've been seeing a lot of double backs lately. We're seeing the patent level ones double back. We've been seeing the UN Texas today. They double back. A lot of sneakers is starting. I guess what they're doing is holding on to stuff. And every other week or every 2 weeks. Or what you looking out for?
Bro, it's the year of the twos, man. I've been a Jordan 2 fan. I've been wearing Jordan 2s. I even had a lot of the flop Jordan 2s. Like, anybody who know me, you look at my Instagram or my old Facebook. I've been wearing a lot of unpopular Jordan 2s for a long time, highs and lows. So I was really excited when Virgil redid the Jordan 2. And just to see so many people, I think it's Amamaneer is doing the Jordan 2. Union is doing the Jordan 2.
They crazy.
Yo, the Union, I'm not a fan of one of the colorways of the Union Jordan 2.
The light color ones or the blue ones? The light blue ones or the yellowish color?
That yellowish one. I'm not a super fan of that one. Damn, what's the other bull? It's the Spanish guy. He like a reggae singer. He had a Jordan 1 and it was like rainbow colors.
Oh, Bad Bunny?
J Balvin. J Balvin.
J Balvin got a follow when it comes to sneaks. He do his thing.
Bro, he got a Jordan 2 coming out, and it's so crazy. Like, from the pictures I've seen, the sole glow in the dark, and then the top of the shoe is like, they kind of restyled the Jordan 2, and it's like a royal blue or some type of bright blue, and then the bottom is like a lime green glow in the dark. So I'm excited to see how they really going to look once it come out. But any of the Jordan 2s, man, there's actually a few Jordan 2s, and then they retro in some Jordan 2s. So, yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of the underdog. Like, I always hated the hype. So it's like, the Jordan 2 was never a hype shoe. Virgil redid it. Now we got a lot of Jordan 2 groupies. So I'm just excited for that model to get some love this year.
Exactly.
As you saying that, like, I love a glow in the dark sole or a reflection like on a Jordan 13. So what's your favorite, what's your favorite part of a sneaker? Like, what's your favorite design on the sneaker?
So recently, I've really been super infatuated with the SB Dunks, just because like the ones that got stories behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that got extra features, like the Power. They just released the Power. If you don't know, if you scrape it, like if you skateboarding, it's a whole nother colorway underneath that material on top, and as well as the regular the Union Jones. Yeah. The Union Jones, when you take that whatever that material is on top, it's supple leather underneath it. Okay. and they actually look better once you take all that bullshit off. The colorway, especially the pistachio, is like a pea soup green, and then it's that navy, like a faded navy blue leather.
They heavy.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like any of the ones that got super little design cues and extra little stuff. Because I mean, it's like with sneakers, bro. It's only been so many times you're gonna sell me the same shoe. Give me a story. Right. You know what I mean? It's only been so many. Like, you can take me out to dinner, bro. Like, come on, you can't just keep giving me the same meal. You got to make it appealing. You want my money, dog. I'm sorry. And I know this might scare a lot of people away, but I'm not buying no more Cool Grays, brother. I'm done. I've been around long enough to see him release a few, and it's like, yo, they went crazy over these joints this last release, and I'm just like,
I think it's just because of that translucent bottom. Like, that translucent bottom is a little different.
It's the 11s, man. It's one of the greatest silhouettes.
But see, that's the thing, though. You got to think about it. I'm glad that the retros still get love, because then they do nut shit like the winning 87s or the winning 85s, which I'm like, I've probably been waiting for all red patent leather Jordan my whole life, and I just was underwhelmed.
Exactly.
Like, it just wasn't.
Yeah, I think the best sneaker is probably the Hunt for Red Octobers. Like, nothing will ever top that red.
Bro, I heard that they was trying to re-release the Yeezy, the Air Yeezy. And
that was my question to you. And to both of y'all, actually, we've been seeing Kanye kind of throw a little Nike hint here and there.
Yeah.
Throw a little Nike sock on, throw a little Nike ski mask on, or whatever. Do you think there's some truth to him maybe going back to Nike, going full-fledged to Louis Vuitton, or sticking it out with?
I don't know if Nike will give him the control that he wants.
I think, this man made them billions over there.
I think in the future we're going to see a re-release of the Air Yeezy, which I don't want. I'd rather the nostalgia where it is to stay where it is, but I do think they're going to try to capitalize off of him at some point. But if he don't dig himself into a hole with this Pete Davidson shit and people stop fucking with him, then you never know. But I don't know if it's so much of a deal brewing, but what I took from it is, so you never really was supposed to mix brands and stuff like that in my area. But at the same token,
we talk about that all the time.
but you also can't forget, like, to really be versatile in the sneaker game or sneaker community, bro, you got to do everybody. I understand Ye is with Adidas and all of that, but, bro, as much as I love Adidas, I had a whole Yeezy phase. I had a whole Adidas track shoe phase. I still brought it back to Nike. Even when every day my regular shoe on the casual was an Adidas, when I was working out, when I was playing basketball, it was dry fit. It was Nike sneak. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, even now, bro, the best socks that I have outside of Yeezy socks is my dry fit Nike NBA socks. I wear all the different team NBA socks. I think they're the most comfortable. And I wear them with any shoe, a Balenciaga.
I be trying to tell them about socks, man. They team no socks. I be trying to tell them about socks, man.
In the summertime, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really rock a whole lot of socks. I limit my sock use in the summer. In the wintertime, I definitely like to wear socks. But honestly, in my drawer is nothing but Nike dry fit socks.
Right.
And I still got some of the OG Jones, like the Galaxy Jones. I still got all of the KD, cancer awareness, all that stuff. And they still comfort and still hold their shape and everything years later.
Right.
But just to jump back about the glow in the dark, bro, one underrated shoe in terms of a glow in the dark shoe is these mummies. Them SB Nike mummies.
Yeah.
That is one of the fastest glow in the dark shoes I've ever seen. I mean, just with the most minimum amount of light. It'll be times we had the light on all day, they sitting on the shelf. And when I lock up the store and I'm leaving and all the lights is off, that joint on the shelf glowing. Like, it's on the shelf glowing just from the light from the store throughout the day. So, I mean, that's definitely a sleeper. If you're really into glow in the dark shoes, you got to grab that joint. Even when you really look at the details of the shoe too, and once the light hit it, it's actually other details on the fabric too that's really dope.
Yeah, I'm into that, like bubblegum soles. That's the kind of shit that grabs me. I'm into that. No, what's up?
There's three pair of sneakers that has eluded my grips, right?
Okay.
The Bel Air 5s.
Okay.
The Way Runner 700s that just dropped yesterday.
Okay.
I missed the selection on them Jones again, man.
And the Charles Barkley's.
CB94.
CB94 with the purple, not just the black and white, not the gray and orange, the black with the purple specks down the middle.
Yo, so when I went to college, bro, my freshman year of college, I put my ACL, so I was trying to play college ball and then kind of missed the boat with that. So my freshman year, I'm just getting back to playing ball. So I wanted to play intramurals up. I went to Lincoln University, so I'm up there playing intramurals with my guys or whatever, bro. And the shoe that I had, which was my whole summer balling shoe, I think it was the CB9s. It was the one when he was in Houston.
Houston.
It was the white and navy blue joint. Man, I balled in them joints to the bubble burst in them joints.
Yeah, them joints was great to ball in.
For sure. They had a good stability and it was a wide foot.
Right.
That was one sneaker you had to take 5 minutes to get your foot in.
Yeah.
Because they was so fucking snug, bro. You had to pull the thing on the front and the back to get your foot. Yeah.
You know what shoe remind me of that right now? I don't know if y'all tried on the new Yeezy basketball joint, the Yeezy knit basketball.
Okay.
That's an underrated basketball shoe. And we talk about comfort. I know y'all said y'all talk about comfort.
Right.
If you ever get a chance, they do run small. So I'm normally a 12. We got a 13 in the shop, so I tried the 13 on. Right. They a bitch to get on because they got the sock liner. So the initial sock where you put your foot in, bro, you're gonna need another person to help you get in. But once you get in,
it's crazy.
It's like 3 midgets is hugging your foot right now.
Is that the Jones that Brandon Ingram is rocking?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. He was rocking the original basketball. It's a new joint. So I'm not know if y'all hit he got a school and he got a basketball school with the school.
Donda West Foundation.
The Donda does be balling in them joints. They ball in.
Oh, they the joints that they ball in like
they ball in the Easy Knit basketball and they ball in the 500s. Okay. Yo, so again, I'm gonna give y'all a little sneaker fact since we old heads. You know they scrapped the Adidas Kobe 3. If you Google it, you'll see the shoe. Right. That whole sole cap, because you remember during that time they was doing the feet you wear, like the Antoine Walker was. It had like the shoe was shaped like the ball of your feet.
Right.
And if you look at the sole of the 500, the Yeezy 500, it's the same sole. It's the feet you wear sole. Okay. But that whole sole and molding, they took that from the scrape Kobe 3. If you Google it, you'll see it. I can send you a picture too, because I got it saved in my phone, bro. Somebody did a comparison of the Kobe 3 in the 500, and it's damn near the same shoe. So it's funny because that shoe is almost like a boot, and it's like a winter shoe because it's suede, but it got the best basketball sole and cushioning.
So what's the average or main size? Because like my size, I wear 8.5. So when I try to look like Fight Club GOAT like that, they said that's like the overseas like favorite size. So it'd be kind of hard for me to find certain shoes in my size. So what's the main size that sells out for y'all?
9 and 10. 9 and 10.
Bro,
listen, I'm a 12, and for a long time when I was strictly in my Yeezy phase, all I would do was buy Yeezys. It was just every Yeezy I had to get as soon as it came out, and that was the worst size, bro. Right. A size 12, man. People that 12 be going every single time. Let alone if I was crazy enough to enter a raffle. I wouldn't get no 12s off no raffle, man.
So outside of the SB Dunks, right?
Uh-huh.
Outside of the Yeezys, what sneaker would you say is going to have a following that you should hold on to? Like, it's been released, it's kind of bubbling, it ain't reached its full potential, and it's going to shoot through the roof. I.e., the Black Cats. Who knew the Black Cats were going to have this cult following like it does?
Me. The Black Cat always was an expensive Jordan 4. And the Black Cat 3s were expensive Jordan 3. I think the reason that the Black Cats went the way that they did, because for some reason people still like simple pilots. Right. An all black shoe is still going to always sell. And Nike is so super smart with their marketing. That's why when I said about what shoe I'm excited for is the 2, Nike is smart enough to put all of these collaborators on a certain shoe. Yeah. So last year it was the 4. It was so many different 4s coming out, whether it was a regular Nike release 4 or Jordan 4, or it was a collab. You know what I mean? It was the Unions. It was this. It was that. It was so many, the off-white Jordan 4s, like so many Jordan 4s coming out that they just had everybody excited. And then they brought back an older style and is one of the most versatile. Because I'm going to be honest, I still believe that white Oreo was a flop. is a poor man's
Yeah.
regular cement.
I like it, but it definitely was a flop.
But here's the twist.
Cement.
They just gained momentum again.
Yeah.
They just gained momentum again. The price keep fluctuating on them Jones, and it was like, again, like you said, who knew?
Right.
I really was holding it like it was a flop, and then it's like I was excited for the Cardinal 3s because I swore that would be a great shoe as a 3. Like it's probably one of the most comfortable Jordans if we really talking comfort, and that was a flop. You know what I mean? Like those Jones is going for retail too, so it's just so tough, man. But I think you can never go wrong with a Jordan. I think a collab shoe is what really is what's in right now because of these brands, because of the following that a lot of these brands have. If you got your think about it, when the Jordan 1 unions came out, they weren't as expensive as they are now, but they just continued to shoot up. So at some point, the Jordan 4 unions is going to be the same way. And it's like the first batch of Jordan 4 unions are still so much higher than the newest batch. The black ones, the Noir, those are one of probably, or the Guavas, they one of the most expensive ones. You know what I mean? So anything that is a collab, you know, people nowadays, and the one thing I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be on my soapbox. I don't like the following stuff.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Like, you know, I have people who come to the store and they my age, bro, and they like, yo, you got that gallery department that little baby had on it. I'm like, I would say yes because I gotta sell what I gotta sell, but I don't want to dress like Lil Baby, bro. I'm old enough to be Lil Baby Pop. I don't want to dress like him. I don't think Bull dress fly. I think he wear a lot of name brand stuff, but I mean the way he put it together and everything ain't my twist. But again, man, you got brands right now like Gallery Department, like Chrome Hearts that people just buy because that's what everybody's buying. That's what the hype is. You know what I mean?
So what is your thoughts on the high end sneakers, the Balenciagas and all that kind of nonsense? What's your thoughts on those?
So I'm stuck explaining this to people every day because we buy shoes every day. We buy shoes and clothes, anything that's a hype item, especially if it's something that we already sell, we'll buy it, brand new or used. So a lot of people are bringing their designer shoes in, and they're like, "Yeah, these I paid $1,000 for these," and I'm like, "Well, you understand? I can't give you $1,000 for them."
Right.
The difference between the shoes on my wall and the shoes you're bringing into me is that your shoe started at $1,000.
Right.
And then when you wore it, it depreciated.
Right.
And as it gets worn more, the value goes down. And then when you try to sell it to me for me to resell, I can only give you a low price.
Right.
In my store, bro, we don't sell Balenciagas. We sell Balenciagas. We only sell used Balenciagas, and we sell them for about $600-700. They $1,000. You know what I mean? So we, again, if you use common math, if I'm selling them for $600-700, I'm only buying them for maybe $300. Right. And that's just how the game go. That's how any consignment store will do it. Right. But you know, I have this argument with a lot of people like, oh, I got that drip, I got the
that ain't that. I tell them all the time.
Just because it's Louis Vuitton. Now, so I don't know how you guys feel about Virgil, but I love Virgil. I think that he's a dope person. Right. But his Louis Vuitton shoe, the basketball shoe he put out, bro, that to me, it looks like the old Clyde Drexler Brooks, the old Dominique Wilkins Avia basketball shoe, the old New Balance basketball. It's like a basketball shoe from the 80s. Yeah. So it's like y'all hype paying $3,000-4,000 for this basketball shoe, but then you want to bust on or talk trash about Cool Kai.
Right.
All Virgil did was do the same thing. He took a silhouette and put his name on it. Right. He put Louis Vuitton and Off-White on it, or Louis Vuitton and Virgil, and it's literally, bro, you could Google it. Look at the 1987 Avias that Clyde Drexler used to wear, right. Or the old, you know, that or what Dominique Wilkins won the slam dunk contest in. Those he took the same. It's the same shoe, bro.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
And so then you got a dude coming in my store like, yeah, these better than every shoe you got because these the Virgils and they $1,700. And I'm like, but the twist is your shoe was $1,700 when you got it, when you wore it, it went down. This shoe was $100. Now it's worth $1,700. So right. This is different. It's apples and oranges, man.
Do y'all do trading?
So we do trading. So you know what I mean? So this is what I tell a lot of people, especially older collectors. And a lot of older collectors is like, man, I don't really want to pay all them crazy prices, but you sitting on a bunch of shoes that you barely wear.
Right.
Trade them into the store, get store credit, and then you can get some new stuff. You know what I mean? Because like I said, with me, I go through phases. I'm really in the phase where, because a lot of my employees or the people that I work with are popping all of the hype stuff, I'm doing my due diligence to find that same style shoe, but the other version that came out back in the day.
Right.
If y'all wearing Jordan 3s, I'm gonna come into work with the do the right thing Jordan 3s. You know what I'm saying? If y'all rocking the Thunder Jordan 4s, I'm getting the other ones that's white with the yellow on the sole. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to wear something different than what y'all wear. The styles is great. I love Jordan 4s. I love dunks, but I just don't like wearing what everybody wearing. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it that Philly is like, we'll use a trend into the ground until nobody like it no more because everybody wearing it.
So you telling me you're not a fan of the 990s? You're not a fan of that New Balance wave?
Well, first and foremost, North Philly in the building. So I was wearing New Balances forever, and even the priests in my Catholic school and middle school at St. E's and Jesu, they was wearing New Balances. So I've been New Balance gang, but that's why I'm not with the hype.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not jumping into New Balances now because of the Salehis or because of the Jowns or because of the Bait 990s or whatever, or the protection pack, which is fire, by the way. I'm not jumping into it because it's a wave. I'm jumping into it because I've been doing it.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact that they put an initiative into bringing it and resurging it back, even though the basketball, they tried to bring basketball back, but nobody wearing the Kawhis. Right. You wearing the protection pack or the Joe Fresh goods before you wearing the Kawhi.
Last question from me: Where do you see the state of these big chains? We heard a couple weeks ago, Foot Locker, Nike is pulling their stock out of Foot Locker. I guess we'll see Foot Action and Champs because they're all under that same umbrella, feel that same effect. Do you see those brick and mortar stores, those that we've come to know since we were kids, starting to evaporate?
I think that they're going to try to take them away, but it's going to come back. They got to, you know what I mean? Because you take the nostalgia of it. It's so tough now that it's like I can't even walk into the store to buy my son a pair of shoes. Nice. And even like you said, the mom and pop stores in the city is gone. It used to be this place, I think it's called Lee's. It's a Margaret Orthodox down Kensington under the L. Literally at the Margaret Orthodox stop is a big shoe store. Prior to COVID, they were still open. And she was selling shoes that was literally from the 80s, still there. Mm-hmm. I went to an 80s party and got my whole 80s outfit from their high top champions with the strap. You know what I mean? Starter jacket, starter hat, the Mercedes-Benz logo, gold chain, all that. They had all that in there. Mm-hmm. And once COVID hit, I think they looted her store and then she never opened back up. But it's like, you can't find those stores no more. So even when a Jordan 3 come out or a Jordan 2, I can't walk in the Foot Locker with my son. I got to wait in line, get a ticket, do all of this. So hopefully they could fix that system so they could bring it back into the stores. But Nike and the big chains, man, it's like they're gonna mess things up for themselves. Yeah. You got to understand the reason the mom and pop stores is out because it was one point in time. Even if you didn't know, think about it. Every store changed their dynamic. Everything looked like a sneaker boutique. Mm-hmm. Even sneaker Villa.
Yeah.
It went to the Villa. It went from Sneaker Villa to the Villa, and they changed the style. That's what Nike wanted. They was taking away your Nike contract if you wasn't upgrading your store to a boutique style store. They wanted these high-end luxury, California stores, and everybody just couldn't do that. So a lot of them lost their Nike contracts or their Jordan contracts, and that was their bread and butter.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
All right, this is episode 39. Let's get ready to wrap up. Make sure everybody share the video. Just tell them again where your store is and to follow you and all that. Give them all your information. So
right now I'm only on Instagram, not on Facebook, but Los Angeles J, GLAUSANGELS _J. Los Angeles is the store. We have a location in Bryn Mawr, PA, 1039 West Lancaster Avenue. We have another location, which the one that I'm at is Ambler. We just opened like a month ago, 821 North Bethlehem Pike. We're in the suburbs, but we placed ourselves geographically so that we could be kind of close to everybody. We're close to the mall. We're not too far from the hood. We're not too far from the suburbs. And we offer a location where you can come spend money, man. You can feel comfortable spending $2,000. You come feel comfortable spending $200. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got a little bit of everything, man. And, I know I'm going to be a part of this game for a long time. And I just want to continue to bring this because it's one thing, bro. It's like the store and the group of people that I'm with, it's a smorgasbord of different people, all walks of life. We got a few people that work at the store that's like one dude is a nurse. You know what I mean? Like everybody is different, white, black, all type of different races. And I think that's the one thing that sneakers always did for me. It didn't matter what your race, religion, or creed was. If you was talking about sneakers, I could talk to you about sneakers, and we always had a great conversation. So with everything that's going on in the city of Philadelphia right now, I think I'm gonna try my best to really merge, the lanes. We have the street dudes come in, we have, suburban people come in, and it's all walks of life, but we all got that one common ground, which is shoes, which is sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, people, let's get out of here. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you guys, man. Definitely.
No.
Thanks for educating the people, because we definitely try to educate the people every week on this show.
For sure.
They don't know this information, so we definitely try to educate the people. So thank you for coming on.
Not a problem at all, man. Definitely great meeting you guys, and hopefully I can come on again, man. Have another great conversation.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Make sure
guys.
you share the video, send a comment. We out of here. This is episode 39.
Peace.